as it was.
Every
But
damn thing. I turn on my almost grandmaster
I can
light,
tell
so
you,
what?
we are rolling, boys and girls.
oh
Getting ready
shit!
to go live to do Monday.
Killing us, lad.
Killing me, man. You're killing me.
I'm barely getting a candle over my head.
We have a discussion going, and you want to start?
All right. Quiet on the set, boys and girls. Getting ready to go live on the radio. Today's Monday.
Oh God!
Tomorrow's dialysis.
Quiet.
Click.
Boobs.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Your viewing and listening pleasure. I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
The time sink is real.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot. You know, I should be doing something.
I stand around for hours at a
Oh
time.
God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the lot. I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot.
Yeah.
You're all using some kind of jargon that me no understand. Have to gently blow a ball into.
Into a warm, fuzzy hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your viewing and listening pleasure. I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap? Yeah. I blame Lass.
It's all Laz's fault.
That's right. It's all Laz's fault. I have no idea what that was. Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we have no idea what the hell's going on in any point in time.
That's right.
Because, you know what? Because we don't know, because we are two idiots.
We're two idiots sitting on a lot, talking about nothing. Actually, we're talking about a lot of things. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Monday, February 19th, 2018, here inside Shroud Avatar. And geez, I'm leveling that like a mofo. We're probably killing them out in the radio
you're doing
today. I says, we're probably killing them out in the radio today.
Probably killing them everywhere. What are you talking about?
Oh, man, levels are out there. Levels are high,
Yeah.
so... Anybody listening out there, please chime in. Let me know what you're hearing, how it's sounding, and all that good stuff. Because you know what? Laz did it again over the weekend. He ripped it all apart,
Laz-
moved everything around.
Laz broke
That's right.
things again.
Laz, technical
Laz-
difficulties long. Actually, the levels
Yeah.
are really great, but they're a little too high, it looks like. Probably looks like they're going out fine for our listeners, but we'll find out. Miss Justin, hopefully.
I'd get some feedbacks on the levels on my stream, but no one watches that.
Nobody watches that, yeah. Telling you, we can just put one big screen right in the middle of NBNN.
And Justin's like, yay, she can finally hear us both.
And does it sound, it should be right on dead balls center. Yeah. You should actually hear everything. How did the intro sound is what I really want to know.
You're cutting out beautiful.
Yeah. Get a real internet connection, Led Zepp, because you're the only one who complains about that. So get
No,
at it.
he's not the only one that complains about that.
Okay.
It's everybody in Discord hears you cutting out.
Again, I can't make any rhyme or reason. The mic is wide open. Discord has got a good connection. Why it's cutting out for you guys, I have
That's
no idea.
independent of whether you could make rhyme or reason of it.
Well, let's
Just
see.
saying.
It records fine. It goes out over the radio fine. It just doesn't get to you guys on Discord fine. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's all my fault. You can blame me. Go ahead.
That's right. No, it's all my fault. Remember.
It is your fault. It's all technical difficulties. Hey, but
Let's see.
You know how many days there are until launch? 36.
6?
36
Yeah, that's-
days until launch.
That's nothing unusual, Justin. I'm always a bit loud. Bit loud.
Yeah.
But yes,
Morning, Blood Omen.
36
Morning,
days till launch
Eagle. That's right.
is all sorts of fun
and it
stuff.
is Monday. And over the weekend, Justin, myself, Gix.
I have
Rat in the
pictures.
Wood.
That's right.
Uh,
You have pictures loaded, ready to go, or
No.
not? Oh, no. Why not?
Why would I have pictures ready? I mean, a couple of people actually ran the half marathon. Eric A from Merritt's ran the full marathon.
Eric
So
Abrams.
yeah,
That's
Fex
right.
and Dallas ran the half marathon. Then there was a group of us that met in the morning.
Look at that motley crew. Synicist, our own Gix Fargash, Justin, and
I don't even know
the
which picture you're looking at.
Attenwood wearing their stylish shirts out there. That's right.
Yes.
Pictures. Where's the
Yes.
picture?
So
There's
the
Thex
funny
showing
thing-
off his medal while Jack sits there pouts with his lowly little 5K medal.
Yeah. Well, did you look at the actual numbers on the bibs?
I did not. So
Team Avatar is all consecutive numbers.
oh, very nice.
So,
Here comes the
if you look at
conspiracy.
that-
Here it comes.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Well,
they're
I'm sure
assigning
just
numbers
about
that they-
every
Yeah,
team got
exactly.
consecutive numbers if they all picked up their
Yeah.
passes at one time. I mean, that would make sense.
They are in
wouldn't it?
line. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't-
actually Gix
I've gotta go
finishing.
find- yeah, I've got to go find the picture you're talking about. The
You're way
powering.
behind. I'm halfway through
Yeah.
the. There's Eric Abrams with his kids. It's another shot of Eric.
So you're just looking at all the Discord pictures.
No, I have them loaded up in the web browser so that I can flip through them and show them everybody. I prep for the show,
Oh,
unlike
sorry.
somebody who just.
Eric S ran the full marathon, and Eric A was with us along with his kids.
Now,
So, yeah.
I'm curious. Is that Tex's wife in that picture?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, I think that's his wife, but I wasn't too sure because I've only seen her in one other video, when he got his hair
Well,
cut
he was-
when he did the fish
He
video.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing.
Isn't that that's a little boy, isn't it?
What's that?
Oh, okay. Wrong picture.
That is
Never mind.
Eric A's.
That looks like Dex took a selfie as he was running there.
Yeah, Thex did take some selfies. Dallas also took some selfies.
I haven't seen any pictures of
there's
Dallas as of yet.
Video taken from Dallas's grandkids who caught a video of him running.
Oh, very cool.
But that
very
was
cool.
that was on his Facebook. Let's see. Where's the picture that I changed my Facebook wallpaper to?
Don't know.
But that one was taken by Brecken.
Yeah, you got a couple shots from her in there.
Yeah, so there were lots of pictures taken by different people. So
We'll collect
Dang.
them and we'll get them in the archive. That's for sure. But
we'll do weird things with them.
another big announcement. I dropped it down there earlier today for you. Got to get this one out there for everybody.
No, we don't.
I know, we really don't have to, but my skull's in the collection along with Lord British's skull, and if you want your
Yeah.
skull...
See, I kind of missed an event yesterday because I after the marathon I came and took a nice long nap. I think I was out for 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, you need to apologize to Core and Winfield and the whole crew because...
Well, Winfield didn't show up anyway. So,
Oh, okay.
Core Sogoth and some others we're doing a skull collection thing for a different decorating contest, because don't forget that there is the trophy head contest going on right now,
Which is what they're working on.
yeah. So this is a different one. This is done by Obsidian Tempest and the Moongate Travelers, where
The original.
if you go- the first Broken Skull Tavern.
Well,
Okay,
if
what's
you
the
haven't
actual
seen
name of
the
the
tavern, it's out at Rift's End. I don't know if it's what is the name of it. It's a whole.
It's in there somewhere.
It's a whole story here.
The Evil Eye Tavern.
Evil Eye.
Where they have collected a bunch of dev skulls, player skulls, Sir William skull.
But the
William
intro
Sir
room
Knight's skull.
here is absolutely phenomenal. When you walk right in, you got all the developers' skulls lining this stairway with, of course, Lord British and Dark Star up top.
Your skull's in this one, isn't it?
This is where my skull is located. Yes, my skull is located right on the wall, right over there, off to the side, right as you go through the doors, heading out to the other room there.
It's been redecorated a few times, so
It has.
may have-
I went
it
last
may
night
be
and
good.
actually
Okay.
looked. I actually took
you
a
went
picture.
looking for your skull.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So, for the record, that is the only Skull of Lazarus Long in game, and it shall remain so for the duration. So,
Are you positive? You remember our plans for our
again,
chambers?
it's
Maybe
the only skull in the game right now.
Doesn't Zeke
Yeah.
have one in a bag up there in the castle?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I thought he did. Never mind.
Yeah.
There's some jaw bones. There's a couple hands lying around. This skull up here is just a bone helm.
Yeah.
Not even a skull.
Hey, do you know what else happened this weekend?
What else happened this
Somebody
week?
had a birthday.
Birthday? Whose birthday?
Yeah. Scrotus.
Scrota had a birthday.
There he is.
Yeah.
too.
Happy
He's not
birthday,
allowed to
Scrota.
have one of those.
Well, he paid for Shroud to go out and actually play some music for himself.
Oh, okay.
So
He had his
followed
alts
himself around.
go out and play his birthday music.
Well, I don't know if he was in game or where he was at, but happy birthday, Scrota.
Woohoo!
13 now?
There you
How
go.
old is he?
Let's setting off some fireworks and throwing a little
Yes.
nice.
So-
celebration there for him.
Don't forget to line up behind Scrota and give him his birthday spankings, because he enjoys those. He really should be assuming the proper position inside the stocks while he receives those birthday spankings.
That's right.
Get in there, Scrota.
That's
Yeah.
it. Scrota enjoys it. Scrota will get in there voluntarily, and
We do
Take-
have
take it
Abraham
like a
Lincoln on
man.
set today.
we have who on set?
I don't know if
Yeah,
you
he
noticed,
is.
but Abraham Lincoln is on set today.
Abe? Honest Abe?
Yeah. Go look to my character's right at the end, and you will see Abraham Lincoln in game.
Okay.
You don't.
Hello. Lazarus to Earth. Lazarus to Earth.
Yeah. Laz may not know what Abraham Lincoln looks like.
Yeah, I guess
because,
not.
It's been a while
Big
since
hat.
he's seen a fiver.
Big hat, Les.
Yeah.
Big hat. Beard. Come on.
Tee.
Something like that.
You
Better read
mean
that a little closely. It doesn't say Abraham.
Well, it says
Bologna.
baloney.
well, there's an Abraham something back there, but it was not Lincoln. That's right.
Never mind. Never mind. Let's just move on.
Abraham Lincoln. No, but look at the way that Billy Baloney's dressed.
I
right now.
see that. Yeah.
And you've got Abraham Lincoln, man.
Need a speech.
I tell you, I'm sorry. It doesn't hold anything to List's Wicked Witch of the West. I'm sorry. List killed it when he knocked that one out, and that's
And-
it. Yeah.
Hey, M60. How's it going?
M60. Welcome to the stream,
Welcome.
buddy.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody else out there today.
Botox.
Is
Condos.
Botox is out there.
Cool.
Yeah, so got to give a shout out to all those guys having those conversations last night. There's a couple guys come on in, and I love when they come in and they have these conversations and they tell us how much we suck and how much, they hate the game. And then, I start chatting with them when they're not expecting it, and then all of a sudden they shut up and they disappear. So they're really, really boisterous and, proud, and, when they know a replay is playing, but,
Don't know what you're talking about.
Chatty.
They're all mute. We got to hear Blood Omen earlier when he actually accidentally had an open mic.
I was talking about Chatty.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Hey.
Gotta love those guys.
Yeah.
And then, of
Yeah.
course, who was it? I asked him if I could quote him yesterday, and he said, sure. Is Kooky Boy. Anybody know the Kooky Boy out there?
No.
Kooky Boy seems to be a basher at the moment.
Lots of bashers.
Not gonna be in episode 2. It's not gonna happen, man. Who pissed in your Wheaties, buddy? Let's get episode 1 in the bag first, and we'll worry about episode 2. But it's coming. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
So, moving right along, it is Monday. We have, of
like
course,
there's an Avatars update number
it's
267 or something
like some
that
kind
to
of
talk about.
updates out there that we can
Yeah.
tell the boys and girls about.
It is Monday after all.
Some cool stuff happening. Getting ready to
Nothing, especially
nothing
that
new.
request for your
nothing to
address.
see here.
So
Yes.
update of the Avatar number 267 came out on Friday afternoon, and it's got screenshots of vendor variations and improvements, including some of the original artwork for the game.
Which was, these guys
the-
right
the
here.
steampunkish.
Yeah.
So it is something that is going to be making its appearance back on some of the vendor variations, as well as the male shopkeeper purple, things like that. So you've got all kinds of stuff. As we've already seen the female shopkeeper templates. Those came out 2 weeks ago, I think, but that's going
The
to be out there.
visuals
as well.
came out, yeah.
Yeah. But there's more pictures of those in here as well.
We need
And
we need these artists to get some better visual models for these people.
What, you don't like the fact that some of them are slightly fuzzy?
Not fuzzy. They're just all homely as hell, man. I mean, the guys, the gals, I mean, Jesus.
You know what? I kind of like the fact that it's like one of the guys is extremely gaunt, but he's got a kind of a little paunch in the belly.
Yeah, I
Gaunt
mean,
face, paunch.
yeah.
It's like shrunken head syndrome. Yes. But more importantly, new harvestable trees. Although that
I haven't actually seen those yet.
Really?
Eagle, thank you very much.
Come we can't harvest regular trees.
$10 donation from Eagle. Thank you very
Awesome.
much, buddy. Holy
Awesome.
crap, that's awfully loud.
Yeah, then so new pine, new maple. It looks like the pine is going to be the same old pine tree.
It looked the same shape in the
Yeah,
pictures
but
there.
The maple looks a little bit different. I mean, remember, if you're for harvestable trees in game, you are looking for the dead leaves on the trees.
Dead leaves.
So
Can't-
dead leaves.
Yeah, you cut the green ones now.
No, you can't cut the green
Not
ones.
allowed.
I mean, you would have to let those cure for like a year before
Gotta
you turn
let
them
them
into
flower
firewood.
first.
Yeah.
No, don't let them
Eagle, thank you. You are awesome.
Yes, he is.
You also have the making of the South Fetid Swamp out there. Those M60. Those are the new harvestable trees. They're updating that artwork for those assets. The original harvestable tree was the very first asset that they purchased. So
You purchased that?
yeah, a long time ago. It was probably like $2.99 or like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
those will be
$2.
replaced and updated.
$2.
I don't know what the actual price was off of the Unity asset store. I'm just taking a wild guess.
Hey, man.
Most of those assets are relatively cheap.
Speedweed was free. They better have gotten it. That's all I got to say.
The program's free, but not the assets.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm sorry. It was the first asset Hutch modeled for Soda. It was a Hutch creation. I apologize for that.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you for that correction there. Yeah. We have more updates on the South Fetid Swamp from Sorcerer Steve.
Fetid Swamp.
Yes, and beware of climbing that ladder up to that rope out of the swamp, just
Watch
because
that first step.
it may fall. It may fall. I don't know. But if you're looking for some alligator hunting, it's a big sport out in South Fetid Swamp, and
The
you have that picture.
Cartel.
Yeah, you have that
Out
picture
in the swamp.
of that big fish.
Fish.
Yeah, the
There's
big fish.
Winfield.
Yeah, and where's Winfield at when you need him? So yeah, on that bayou you do have lots of things, including the Irvine Castle, which is in the north of the South Fetid Swamp, and that's going to be coming in Release 51. They also did some more heraldry items along with, so the heater shield will be going in there.
Now, of course, that heater shield they've got in there is just spot on. Of course,
What is?
I'm hoping that the rest of them look as good as this.
What?
Yeah, we
What?
have no idea what Laz says because he cut out.
Yep, you're cutting out. We can't hear what you're saying.
I said the heater shield they've got there is spot on.
It looks pretty. It's pretty. Pretty. The Release 49 telethon items, they're finally finishing those up, including that snow dragon, the frost pipe, the juggle snowballs, because you always want to have your blue balls in your hands. Yes, you got to warm them up somehow.
Well, those aren't the right blue balls, in my opinion.
Frictional help.
There's
Hey,
brighter, bluer balls you can juggle.
yes, there are brighter bluer balls out there that you can. Yes.
Balls of fire.
Yeah. Then the update for the confirm your physical rewards shipping address.
Did you do it?
I still
Urgent!
haven't done it yet,
Oh no!
but they did have that original request to do that by March 1st.
Huh?
Now they are extending that to March 9th.
Just because of Jack.
So, yeah, it's not just because of me. It's probably more than one person that hasn't done it yet. But yes, if you have a pledge, and this is the original backer pledge, the Royal Founder, and the benefactor
you.
accounts types, and you are going to be receiving physical goods, you do need to update your backer address as soon as possible, and sometime before I do.
B. Donham, thank you very much for the sub and for the cheers. I appreciate it. NBNN appreciates it. And of course,
Yay.
yes.
Subscribe.
Hold on.
Too.
Yes, that's right. Always a reminder for you guys, whenever I see a sub, I got to shout out and remind you that, of course, if you've got an Amazon Prime account, you get a free sub every month. And, of course, you got to use that sub every month. So if you got a Prime account and you like what we do here, I'm going to ask you to go out there and use that sub and toss it on NBNN because we do appreciate it. You're already paying for it. It helps us pay for all this fun stuff, and it's a win-win for everybody. You're already getting the service. We get a little extra donation, and you get to help out a streamer. So don't forget,
Yes, you
and
do.
of course, you can always donate
you
via
can
the
sub to my
website,
channel as well.
via the
Right, don't
streams.
forget about Jack now. Jesus.
You can, well, if you let me finish, you know, the spiel, no, you all got to start talking over it, and you just killed it. So, okay, never mind. Hang on there.
My channel's cooler. Then don't forget, also, you have the Release 51 postmortem it has been announced, and that's going to be March 2nd, and including a deep dive on combat, because there's been significant changes to combat, world building tour with new scenes and side quests, deep dive of the physical goods, as well as the more questions and answers, along with the expirations of the 2018 Valentine's items and recurring items will be expiring as well. And the stretch goals are all going to be Dark Stars themed.
Dark Star.
If 10K of new money is raised, you will have the new Mosh, because that's the only dance type that I really know how to do in real life.
Mosh pit.
Is the Mosh, yes.
Can I give you a mosh pit with it?
Well, the damage.
Yeah. If 25K new money is raised, then the Dark Star Morning Star will be coming out. At 35K will be the Dark Star Pavers, which are pavers with the Dark Star symbol. 50K would be the Dark Star Throne. 65K, if that's raised, Dark Star Clock Tower, because if you don't know this about Dark Star, but he is a watch collector. He loves watches.
Very, very steampunk watch collector as well.
He's
I mean, he
got
likes all watches, but
yeah.
I've seen some of those
Yeah.
interesting contraptions. He actually wears, too.
Yeah. Then if 80K will be the Dark Star Black Chain Armor, which is a special chain version of the custom armor in the Dark Star concept painting, although that looks like plate to me.
That he's wearing there.
Yes, but this would be a chain version of this. So that is if that amount, those goals are if that amount is raised of new money, and you must contribute at least $5 for those rewards. So
$5.
$5. Release 51 still on the QA server. I didn't play it over the weekend because I didn't do a lot of playing over the weekend.
I did.
Did you find any bugs on the QA server?
Bug.
Did you report any bugs on the QA server? Okay.
Yeah, he's got to report at least one bug to be eligible to randomly win a prize working on the QA server.
Yeah.
Time I've been reporting, I haven't won anything since.
Yeah. Last week we did discuss the For Rent flyer and boards. Free trial still continuing. Don't forget that it's available for everybody. That
All
if you want
day,
to
every
invite-
day, perpetual free
max skill level
trial.
set to 50, and they get stuck on a single path, that whichever they choose. Weird Stuff was up for sale over the weekend, and then they still have that executive assistant opening available.
I'm telling you, I'm
check into that.
surprised that
Yeah.
hasn't been filled.
Put my resume in.
It'll do something, yeah.
Hey,
So-
15 to 22.50 an hour. Come on, you got some organizational skills. You want to work
Crumbs,
for
that's
Richard?
Crumbs, man. Haven't they heard?
I know. Yeah. Well, it's better than the 15 minimum for flipping burgers. I mean, that's at least at that, you know.
What do you want for flipping burgers, man? $30 an hour? Come on.
Hell yeah.
Well, you're a chef.
Well,
There's a difference.
Well,
I
that's
could
because-
command that kind of money for the kind of burgers I make. That's right.
That's because you use the exotic ingredients that nobody really likes.
Yeah, well, actually, when I did private catering, that's the kind of money you would just pay for an hour of my time. That wasn't including anything else. That was just my time to come
No.
cook for you.
Corn powder. He uses corn powder.
Cornstarch. Get it right.
Cornstarch, yeah.
Cornstarch. Get it right.
He's got cornstarch on everything, okay? I mean, there's
Especially on
nothing
the hot
but
dogs.
Fucking
yeah.
guy over here.
Make it shine.
Tony's full of cornstarch.
You know what? I'm gonna sit down now just for you, and I think I'm gonna just like compile 1,001 stupid cornstarch facts, and I'm gonna recite one a day just to remind you about
It's a thickener.
cornstarch.
It's a thickener. I put it in my pants. That's all you need to know.
Made it nice and thick.
I
That's
put
right.
in my pants.
Girth.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Upcoming
okay, so we
events.
also have, don't forget, this Thursday, Release 51 will be coming out.
That's right.
And so, speaking of that, we still have those note thingies that we were going over last week.
Note
Choose
thingies.
your mastery wisely.
Boy.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
first off, let's get into that topic. Okay, first off,
No.
mastery is optional, folks. So you don't have to
Oh, is
choose.
it?
Yes,
You-
it's
you-
optional. You don't have to go there.
Take advantage of it.
It's
So
not even
what-
called mastery anymore.
That's right. It's called specialization.
I
So
guess.
Yeah.
it's
Mastery, mastery.
this week's name for it because it's been specialization. It's been mastery. It was proficiency. It's already had 3 different names over the last 3 weeks. So we'll see what it is next week. Actually, it is next week. We'll see what it is by release.
Oh boy.
But
It's
yeah,
gonna be
Spiff,
something,
I
man.
love you, man. But choose your specialization wisely if you're going down that path. Absolutely. But
Hey,
remember,
you know what? I'm not going to have any mastery. Because
Yeah, I was
don't have
gonna
the
say.
skill. You don't have the skill either, so.
speak for yourself, buddy.
Okay, you
Speak for
know,
yourself.
See my milling proficiency.
If I want to go there, I'm inches away, and I'll be there by Thursday if I want to be. So don't worry
inches
about it.
away. Yeah, and
I'm at 67 out of 80. Okay, it's not
yeah.
that hard.
Hey, Drager's pointing out the fact that I'm going for milling mastery.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about last night. There is no mastery for crafting.
It is also no decay for crafting, so let's leave that alone. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Chris might be listening.
So yes, as specialization is something that is optional for you, and
Well,
if you decide to go down that
gimp
path,
yourself if you don't go down that path. You'll
Yes.
gimp yourself.
it's going to
People,
cost
won't
you a
even get
lot.
group. You won't get a group. They'll say, "What?
What? Huh?
You mean you don't have a proficiency? Get out of here. You can't come in my group."
Haven't
Yep.
played with it yet because it's just not what not what I do, not part of my normal.
Detrimental. That's why. I don't know why they have to go with a negative.
Detrimental.
Oh,
You know what? See, I'm trying to find out where we were at inside of this long thing.
Well, I don't know where
Especially
we're at because
proficiencies. We're talking
yeah.
about proficiencies.
I refreshed it.
I
Wow.
didn't even go there because it's Monday and we've got all sorts of other things to look at as well. The Dippy Bird's been up to his tricks. He's
Posting
been
weekend on
posting,
weekend
so
updates.
yeah, I believe that the Dippy Bird post should take us for most of the way through till the end there. So I wouldn't even worry about
Fine.
those notes
Yeah,
right now.
Hold on. Let's see. So let's start off with Friday's post. Friday, the Dippy Bird took another huge pass at asset optimization focused on the Brittany maps, which, of course, Chaos had to summarize by saying, "Thank you for all the work on Britney Spears." Grr. Good news, I think all 3 of those maps should work and perform better. Lots of balancing work is still going on and consuming lots of his time. There was a lot of concern about how to deal with death mages, specifically in PvP, so I made the other change I'd been intending to make and gave Purify and Purifying Burst a lasting effect of death resistance.
Yeah, why they gotta do that? They always gotta.
See, because somebody had to open their mouth somewhere down the line and said, "Hey,
This
This
is similar
ain't
to
right.
Douse with the fire resistance.
down.
That should help a bit, but also not be something that players will feel they need to keep active at all times. Also, because it felt like the oddball in the room, he removed the obsidian specialization that gave magic resistance. I think you still need some sort of magic resistance for your people that are going to play the melee class and not be.
a resist magic spell?"
Yep.
Hello? Anybody ever heard of one of them? Potion?
Never.
A resist
never heard of
magic potion? Maybe a ring?
Never heard of
An
it.
amulet? I don't know.
No.
Belt?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. What is this thing that you're talking about? The next big change that he hopes to make today is to double the XP cost of all specialization skills, but also make it so decay in your current specialization trees will be cut by 75%.
Huh.
And currently he's not be able to work on that because they finally got the latest Unity to work with Shroud. While
Big
this doesn't
news.
include the Holy Grail performance magic of IL2 CPP, it does fix a number of big issues and open up some new optimizations for them. Normally, they would never do a major engine revision change at this point because in the release aisle, but he feels they need to try it because if not, they won't be able to do it for launch. He wants a full release of testing on it if possible, so that means early adoption of that instead of testing it in-house before pushing it out further. That means they could be doing more patches this release than normal during release 51, but that should probably be expected as they race towards launch. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And then as moving to the latest Unity project means he's out of the commission for a while as he tries to update Unity and import the project.
Puts on that check upgrade
Yeah.
hat, and he's going to be doing that for a while. Playing
Well,
IT.
it's kind of like the Windows update hat is called twiddling your fingers.
Well,
And
yeah.
you sit there and wait. And
If you ever seen what he has up on those screens, first off, Chris's setup is just wild.
I've
because-
never seen what's on his computers before because I've never been in the office.
Yeah, you've never been there. I love his custom monitor setup. He's got them big old big boys sitting up there. Makes me jealous, but he's always migrating something from one place to another, always keeping an eye on it, making sure the whole data's safe.
Yep. And then don't forget the QA build for month today should be on the new version of Unity. So if everybody has access to the QA server, make sure you download the QA client, patch that sucker up, and they rolled the dice and enabled some more graphics threading code. It might cause additional QA instability, but test it out.
We're gonna find out. That's right. QA is
They
open.
want to or not.
Well, one way or the other, they gotta. Again, we know they're waiting for some updates to Unity that are gonna fix several problems that they've been waiting for.
Well,
Some major graphics in there.
That's some wishful thinking.
Well,
Yeah. Because they do have several outstanding bugs with the graphics performance with Unity. So, yeah. And
moving right along.
this weekend, he planned on writing a complete brain dump on specializations. Rather than do the work twice, he is now just going to spend the morning updating the tooltips for all skills to include information about specialization. Then he will write a brief overview of what it does globally. By the way, his little Munction tested positive for the flu yesterday, so Maxine has the flu. She'll be fine, but like him, she did get a flu shot. This means the strain she was missed by the flu shot this year. That means he's pretty much expecting to get wiped out by the flu sometime in the next week, which sucks because it is release week. Yeah.
Read the studies, people. They don't work. Even the scientists tell you they don't work.
Hey, just because it's less than 30% effective.
Less than
But-
20%
Wow,
effective,
that's
thank you. Check your
I
numbers.
Said less. I said
Less than
less.
20, not
strange.
30.
That's a lot.
20. I'm not even going to give you that extra 10%.
Yeah.
Less
That's
than
higher than
20%
30,
effective in 100% of the population. Yeah, no thank you.
I know. I don't take
I
it
know.
myself.
Anyway.
It's all good. Laz is an anti-vaxxer.
No, I'm not. But when it comes to the flu vaccine, that's one thing. Yeah, we've gotten rid of the measles, the mumps, all that stuff. That works. But when they tell you that the flu vaccine it only works maybe in 20%, that's not a vaccine,
Never
man.
had
That's
one. Never had one. I get the flu
that's
every 10
organized
years,
extortion,
maybe.
man. We're selling you a vaccine that works 20% of the time. What are you fucking joking me?
Plus the
Anyway.
shit that's inside those vaccines. Holy
Yep.
shit.
And yeah, again, not always is the strain of flu that we're trying to protect against is here in there. So yeah.
That's
Anyway,
easy.
Well,
don't get me
you
started.
have to remember that they just take a gamble at
Right,
what,
well, again,
what the
yeah.
flu is going to be
It's
around.
Organized
because it
extortion, man. You know. Here, take this, buy it, use it.
They got social services. You can get it free if you want it. I don't want it though. So
Anyway,
whatever.
moving right along.
Yeah. So Maxine doing better on Sunday morning, or
Yes.
actually took this morning. Didn't have a fever. Still no symptoms for Chris or his wife. So cross your fingers that he does not get sick. So that way he can continue doing weird things for Shroud math and maybe updating a random number generator. Yesterday was pretty much a wash because sick little one, followed up by a sewage pump dying. It was 11 years, you guessed it, 11 years old and only had a 10-year warranty.
What do you do with a sewage pump?
Well, you pump sewage into
To
a
your
septic
neighbor's
tank, man.
house? What?
Yeah.
Septic tank, man? You ever
I
heard
got
of
one. I got a septic tank. I don't have a sewage.
3,500 out of pocket. I hate those things.
Ouch.
Wow.
He was in at 4:30 in the morning this morning, and he's redoing all of the skill descriptions. Long overdue, and because most of it was incorrect or at least incomplete, and he's adding what specialization does. Yep. For the first time, his home computer, which is a 3.4 gigahertz with an NVIDIA 970, was getting 30 frames per second or better in Owl's Head, Central Brittany, and Ardors with shadows and anti-aliasing on. The engine upgrade opens up more options for optimizations, but we might not be able to capitalize on those until next release. So today's bug work descriptions, a little performance works, a leads meeting, and who knows what else, more meetings. And that's what Chris was working on. Oops.
That's right. The Dippy Bird's been pretty busy out there, and
Yes,
Got-
the
gotta
Dippy
love
Bird's
it.
Been double dipping.
well, yeah,
Yes.
because again, I gotta give Chris a lot of kudos, and again, not bashing the beautiful little Miss Maxine for getting sick, but the
No.
flu thing,
Yeah.
just one of my pet peeves, that vaccine. But Chris, man, he rocks it from home, and he's up early in the morning, being the family guy he is, I guess being up early, he just gets on that computer and starts knocking out stuff. And for all the naysayers out there, just got to tell you that if there's somebody who's really got the passion, it's Chris. And while we give him a lot of crap, about the math and the this
Yeah.
and the that,
We do give him a lot of crap.
he's going to be the guy I'm
yeah.
going to probably attribute getting this game out the door and getting all those final nice little polished touches like he's adding there. Yeah, everybody knows a lot of those descriptors were wonky, a little this, a little off, and that he's changing them as he's going. So I firmly believe that by the time we get to that launch, that last 20%, that polish, will be polished up to just where it should be. I'm not expecting a flawless launch. I don't think anybody is expecting that because that's just not possible. But
No, it's going to be interesting. I mean, because we do know that they're making significant changes, and Chris takes a lot of shit just because he's the one that's making the tech decisions about combat and major systems, and he's the tech director. I mean, he knows that he's going to be taking shit about all
Indeed.
of this. The hard part is he has to make those decisions. What does he think is going to be most beneficial for the majority of players, which is a hard decision.
how many people am I going to piss off the least today? That's right.
Well, even that, it's like, you know what? There are times where it's like, hey, these people have been playing this way for a couple of years, and he's got to decide that, you know what, this really isn't working the way it should, so I need to make a major change to it, and I'm going to piss them all off. But he's trying to look at what's good for the health of the game, and I may disagree, Laz may disagree, other people may disagree.
That's
but
right,
You know what, He's
There
trying
are
to make
plenty
a
of
decision.
things that
Yeah.
we love that he does, and again, Jack loves some things I don't. I love some things that Jack don't, and of course, everybody's entitled to
Yeah.
that. Real quick
And there's
note:
lots of things we hate.
is somebody had come to me over the weekend and said, "Hey, man," and there was a thread about. I guess there was a couple threads that got people confused, and somebody says, "Hey, I hear you can only going to be able to equip one wands in one hand from here on out." And of course, I had to do my due diligence and check it up. And yes, in some of that balance, some of the things that Chris is doing, one of them is like the one wand in particular, the Wand of Ember Flame, I think it is, cannot be equipped in the offhand. So while
That's been like that way, the one
Well-
Undying Embers.
Undying Embers, thank you.
Yeah, because I've had that one, and I have not been able to equip that in my offhand for a while.
They don't want you equipping two of them. Same thing
Yeah.
goes for the cutlass that I have, the cutlass that I use. You can only equip one, but you can equip the dagger in your offhand. But you can't equip two of those cutlasses. So there are certain things like that are changes that Chris is making that, again, are for that balance. But when you're reading these threads and you're checking out what's going on, please, people, when you hear something like that, please understand what it is. It's not that you can't dual equip anymore, it's just that you can't hold that particular item in your hands and have two of them. And that's just part of that little balance, yeah.
Not
Oh.
small, they're light.
I'll make you a pair of one-handed swords that do the damage of a two-handed sword each.
Well, again, I know there are several variants out there, and one of the changes that was made recently was that bludgeons don't get a negative on poison, with the exception still of the battle axe people. So for those of you with bludgeon who still want to get a little poison, I don't know. We don't know whether it's intentional or not yet, but we'll find that out. But just some of them little intricacies that most of you folks don't think about out there, and what these guys got to go through. But moving right along, that time of the day, tell you guys about the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar app, and of course, all the wonderful things you can do out there with it. Oops, wrong screen. We
know
don't
what
want
you're
that
talking about.
screen yet. It's the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar app, updated regularly. Of course, some new additions added the other day, added some new links to some new radio stations in the game there. And you guys are going to be surprised at what's coming up in game with launch. A lot of people ramping up their game, a lot of people opening up a lot of stuff they've been sitting on. Again, one of them things like the bar out in Rift's End. If you want to get your skull donated before launch, do that. If you guys are looking to set up rental properties, get that done. A lot of stuff being done pre-launch here. So, NBNN Shroud of the Avatar app, you can get it in the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store for all your electronic devices. If you want to take Shroud of the Avatar with you on the go, when you go, wherever you go, check out NBNN Shroud of the Avatar app. You can read the NBNN Daily Britannian 7 days a week with news from Shroud of the Avatar and beyond. You can listen to our podcast. You can check out the in-game radios. You can read the forums. Check out Soda Map. Go shopping on the marketplaces. Excuse me. Join us in Discord or check out the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar hosted on NBNN.info. Brought to you today by Best Buy.
Don't forget that NBNN community calendar is on nbnn.info. Click on the calendar button to get to it and realize that it is a Google public calendar that is an aggregate of all of the available Google public calendars that Laz knows about. If you
Big
have a
list.
Google public calendar, or if you want to add events to the Shroud community calendar,
Like the new
You can-
Novian lottery.
you can just message news at nbnn.info, and Laz will eventually do
This
something
guy.
with that calendar, and then I might even read out the said events.
No.
Yep. Because no one ever tells me about events that's going on, really. But I'm the one that reads them out. Because I don't want to maintain a calendar. But all times on the community calendar are Central Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia Time.
Britannia time.
Yes, Monday through Friday, 12s and 6s around the clock. Don't forget to tune in your Ether amplifiers to Radio Free Britannia. So that way you can listen to two idiots interpreting the news so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch with us. At 7 p.m. this evening on Radio Free Britannia is going to be Arius doing the top 20 GMC countdown. Woo-hoo. At 8 o'clock on Advertisers Radio, it's Monday nights with DJ Killy.
G'day. G'day.
At 9 o'clock in game, you do need to join Andartiana out in the town of Verit Chaos and go find your way to the Pub of Extraordinary Thought for the weekly role-playing event out there. Because all great adventures begin in a pub somewhere, and you might just get to meet your new best friend.
Get your drink on.
Yeah, but you have to pay for them at the bartender. It's not Wednesday yet. Be prepared for Wednesday though. At 9 o'clock is also the Order of Vengeance Guild meeting. And the final event of the evening is the Record Room on Radio Free Britannia.
Yeah, what's that joke? Is tavern keeper walked up to a bunch of guys in the bar and said, "Why you guys keep your weapons out?" And he says, "Mimics." And the bartender laughed, and they all laughed, and then the table laughed, and then they killed the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Don't quit your day job, lads. Don't quit your day job. That's right.
I don't even know what that was, man. Yeah.
Butchery.
It was. But don't forget, you're watching Lunch.
That was
With us.
bad.
It was. I know. Again,
Yeah.
'cause I'm no comedian. That's why I sit here and interpret the news. You're watching Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Genesis, twitch.tv/NBNN News, catching us in replays on YouTube or WRFB Radio Free Britannia. That's right. I butchered it.
Butcher. You're a butcher.
And of course, don't forget, if you want to become a supporter, you can go to NBNN.info. Use the links there. Go to either of our streams. Use the links there. Or go to patreon.com/NBNN and use that and become a monthly supporter. You can get digital goods. You can get physical goods. And, of course, our undying appreciation and love for the support that you give. The airyfund.org. Upcoming next month, The Ripple Effect. And, of course, gotta give a shout-out and thanks to everybody who participated and helped make that event yesterday. A great event out in Austin, and everybody for showing up. Don't forget, for those of you who got out there and moved it, with the Meritap, you got double points yesterday for that. So if you remember to log them, you better get to it. Coil More Wands, putting the magic in your hands. If you want a custom wand or stave, Coil More Wands is the place to go. Look up Arius Coil More. He'll be happy to make that custom wood just for you. Scrota's Music Service. Happy birthday, Scrota, celebrating his birthday over the weekend. And, of course, if you want to hire Scrota, you can go ahead and check out his service at troutmarketplace.com. And you, too, can get Scrota following you around playing music. The Britannian Mining Company wants you to come check out the Dewdrop Inn. If you're looking for a little freaky deek, or you're looking for a place to lay your head for the night, go check out the Dewdrop Inn right here, located in Owl's Head. Of course, don't forget Black Rock Cove, open for your crafting goods and needs, located in the town of next to the town of Exeter in the Quell region, conveniently located next to the Elysium and Exeter mines. RelicsByRill.com for all your licensed Shroud Avatar swag. If you're looking for t-shirts, you're looking for hats, you're looking for patches, you're looking for the NBNN I Love This Shit bumper sticker, go to RelicsByRill.com and check out all the great stuff. He's got coinage, he's got beer glasses, he's got coffee mugs, he's got shot glasses, you name it, Rill's got it all. And if you want to save a little money when you check out, mention us, use the promo code NBNN. You'll save 10% when you check out at RelicsByRill.com. WRFB, bringing you news and entertainment around the clock, like Lunch with Laz and Jack. or just lunch with Laz and Jack. Of course, the latest in news and entertainment can be found right here in-game on the radios. Check out the latest happening. Go to the calendar for the latest news and events. And of course, last but not least, ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. If you're looking to get some physical goods, digital goods, all sorts of great stuff, it's available. ShroudMarketplace.com. I don't know, are there any physical goods out there?
Not currently.
Not currently.
Between my
Okay.
legs.
Yeah, but you know what is out there? All kinds of great stuff. I mean,
Teleport and recall scrolls?
Teleports and recall scrolls by the best guy out there. I am guaranteed not to fizzle from this guy.
448.
Guaranteed not. 449. Guaranteed not to fizzle.
Digital goods.
And
Digital
I
good.
put some gold back up there earlier this morning, just because there's been a lack of gold.
How much
That
gold are you
service-
selling, and how much you selling it for, Jack?
Well, I only have like 200,000 extra gold, but yeah, it's out there. Remember that prediction of the Kodo prices going up? The 100 Kodos from Seder Stinky Sewer Shop price increase, because you know what? That's going to cost you
Passing
over
the cost on to the consumer.
$100 in a couple of days on the add-on store. So right now it is the same price. But yes, all kinds of things on Shroud Marketplace. Over 95 registered vendors. Each vendor is a different player, and they're responsible for setting up their own prices and maintaining their own inventory and providing screenshots. So you get all kinds of great things. I mean, from accounts to game gold, crowns of the obsidian, teleports and recall scrolls from this guy.
This guy.
Expired, like old pledge rewards. I mean, you can find the best thing out there. I mean, you can find cotton. I mean, you can find copper ore. You can find gold ingots occasionally. Those things sell out so fast. I mean, it's amazing what all's out there. But you can find a little bit of anything and everything out on Shroud Marketplace, including those all-important services from different players. You've got the Mouse Power Hour, Pet Quest help. You've got MG Unity with GM mining runs, Armelian's Gold and more with the Adventure XP boost, Wolfdom Shop with the cheese sign writing, Scrota's music service thing where you get Scrota for an hour for $5, where he gives you
Anything you want.
or if you're even looking for an in-game wedding, there's some slacker that has a wedding service on Shroud Marketplace.
Slacker, I tell you,
I
this
know.
this
I mean,
this
it's
guy
a-
will bend over backwards for you if you're looking
It's
for
like,
a
what
custom
kind of, What kind
location.
of things do you
Bend
provide on
over.
this wedding service?
That's right.
And over, will you?
Yeah, well, no, that's what she's
said-
gonna do today after the night you marry her. Of course,
Are you
your
sure?
sheep.
It
you
could
know.
be
Cut
he.
it out, man. You
Well, it
said
could be a
that.
he. That's right. We don't discriminate here. If you want to marry a he, you want to marry a she, you want to marry your
Hell's
sheep.
going.
We'll get you all taken
no.
care of. If you want an underground wedding, an above-ground wedding, a lakeside wedding, a seaside wedding, a bloodletting wedding, a hot air balloon wedding, we'll do it all. Actually, my first wedding, I actually got married in a hot air balloon, but that's a story for another time. But yes, we can do all that stuff for you. Custom vows, custom lot arrangements, you name it, we got it. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more. If you're looking for those Teledon rewards, I've got the bundles out there. Of course, these prices are just suggestions out there, so if you don't think it's worth that, you can go ahead and make an offer out there at Weddings Buy More. Weddings and More by Laz, and of course, cheap teleport and recall scrolls from this guy.
Guaranteed not to fizzle from this guy. And that's the great thing about Shroud Marketplace. I mean, you can have multiple vendors that offer the same service for different prices, and it becomes one where it's like, who would you rather buy from? The cheapest guy, which may or may not fizzle, or the guy that guarantees not to fizzle?
That's right,
I-
because
you've got those
teleport and
choices.
recall
Yeah.
scrolls don't fizzle, so don't
He
be
uses
don't be
inferior
sucked
wood
into the
pulp.
hype,
Yeah.
people. Don't be
I-
sucked into the
I
hype.
craft every single one of mine lovingly.
We need open borders. Yeah, right.
But anything and everything, all kinds of expired telethon rewards out there. I mean, Dragonbone Thrones. I
I
mean,
need freedom to import my goods from Brittany.
yes.
That's right. Don't forget you're watching Lunch with Laz and Jack, and of course we love you guys. We appreciate
Yes.
you guys. And
It's that time again.
I
right?
know. I hate when that happens.
We have to thank the most important people around here. Some of you we love a whole lot more than others, especially that guy that sat there and sends us money. We
You mean
love
like
you,
Eagle? That's right.
We
or
love you, Eagle. Or
B.
Donham.
Donham.
We
B.
love you too.
Donham. Getting the extra
Yes.
love from us guys today. We love you
Yeah.
guys. And of course, we love all you
Yep.
folks who join us here on NBNN. Of course, whether it be in replays, whether it be live, or whether it be a year from
Join
now.
us in Discord.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're here
Digital
all day.
goods.
That's right. We're here all
Yes.
day. If
Join
you
us in
got
Discord.
questions, we got answers. And of course, you can always post them right here, or you can post them in chat. We'll get around to mentioning them. Like I said, had a really great conversation with those guys last night. That was too funny. But meanwhile, we're going to roll on out of here for today. Release coming up on Thursday. And we'll be bringing you the latest news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, hijinks, and shenanigans from right here on the NBNN lot in Shroud Avatar. Till then, I'm Laz,
I'm Jack.
and we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. And